Lisa.
Hi, Sister Cheryl. How are you?
Freaking awesome because it's Friday. Hi,
Yeah.
Jen. Oh, look at this. Lynn. Sister Lynn's here. Happy Friday.
Happy Friday, sweetie.
Hi, Jen. It's so good to see you. We've got our Maud here. Hey, Kristen. How are you today? Happy Friday. Yay.
Oh, thank God it's Friday.
I know. I don't know what it is. Okay, so I put my chimes up this morning. That was fun. That means it's spring.
Oh, the new chimes went up last week, but these
I
are
only
the
put one
chimes.
up. These are my
Oh,
so I have 10 on my front porch. John says that's too many. What do you think? And I have 2 out on my back deck.
oh, that's funny. Yeah,
Oh,
10. Well, I put up
hi,
the
Deborah.
new chimes on the front porch. Hi, Sister Debbie. And Scott said to me, every time I hear them, I think that there's an ambulance or something coming. I'm like,
I don't
what?
know. I'm so used to them. I think, hi, Side Eyes Jess. Good morning. First of all, we always jump right in. Welcome to my channel, Cyber Chick Boston, with my beautiful sister, Bostonbooty, who is also Lisa. It's so good to see everyone. We are a very small, nice community here. You're always welcome to join. You never have to stay. Chat if you want in the chat. We don't do name calling, and we're good people. It's Mystic. How are you? Mystic Mimi, I love it. Hey, Mary, good morning.
Good
So I
morning.
just telling Lisa, one of the things that I love about spring is I love sitting on my front porch, and I just put up 10 wind chimes. You'll probably hear them because I'm upstairs right over them. And I don't even hear them like this. I'll be on the phone talking to someone, and they say, "Is that wind chimes?" Like everyone hears them except for me. I think I'm so used to
You're
them.
so used to them.
I don't
Yes.
hear them at all. Yeah. Hey there, cutie. Cootie, scooty, scooty booty. Hi.
Oh, you know what? So I just typed that Happy Friday all, and it's his wicked racing.
Scotty
He's,
didn't
he's
say
gonna
that.
yell at me.
Oh
No,
my
I
God,
said it.
that's so funny. Lynn can't see her text.
Okay.
That's
Everyone's saying
okay.
hi to Lynn. So
Everyone's
say
having,
hi
she
back.
can't see it. Yeah, so it's Friday. We're continuing the birthday celebration for Sister Lisa tomorrow. I'm picking her up. We're going to go gallivanting in Boston, which, if you're not from Massachusetts, it's a huge weekend in Boston because it's the marathon weekend, Marathon Monday. Do we have it off? We don't have it off. That's a state holiday,
No,
right?
we don't have anything off.
I used to always take it off. Okay, she found the problem.
Okay.
Yay.
Look at
Do you
you,
know,
Lynn.
I always used to take Patriots Day off and watch the marathon and watch the
Or
Red Sox.
go in and see it. Yeah.
Always.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep. Look at us, magic. Well, well, well. Look at you two on a Friday high. Lisa's had a great birthday. Her birthday was weeks ago. We just continue.
Oh my God. I went to dinner this week. I went to lunch this week. It continues this weekend. It just is never ending. I love it.
I love that. Beautiful day here in New Hampshire. Oh, I have lots of windshield alongside wind chimes. I bet you. Oh, is it windshield? I don't know.
No,
Well,
wind chimes. I'm sure she meant wind chimes.
yeah, I love them. I know I kind of put them up when John's not home because I think maybe, he won't notice them, but he'll see them. He doesn't hate them. Thank God, because some people hate the sound of them. But my neighbors even say, "Oh, I know you got your wind chimes out." Yeah,
So funny because they're far away. It's not like they're next door to you, but
I
they can
know.
hear them.
They
Yeah.
can hear them. Well, they carry.
Yeah.
Voices carry. So what are you going out tonight? Do you have night plans?
I am going on a date with my husband. I don't know where.
Mhm.
And then tomorrow you're picking me up and whisking me away into Boston with my girls. A
She doesn't know where yet. Do you
from
know what we're doing? What
no
time I'm picking
idea.
you up?
No, I know you're picking me up at like 1 or 2,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
I know we're going to eat in the North End, which is my favorite. Oh my God, the Italian food is amazing. But I don't know anything after that.
You don't know anything after that. Well, we'll fill everyone in next week. I know what we're doing. Kristen loves wind chimes. My mom gave me a gorgeous one. Oh, right before he died. My husband hates them. But no, yeah, I don't know if if my husband hates. So this is John because he's just very like maintenance mode, clean. He's like, the wind chime's hitting the wood. It's hitting the front porch. It's hitting the house. I'm like, so what? Nope, you better move it. You gotta move it. Hi,
Mm.
Genuine. Talking about my wind chimes. Oh, Nikki, we love you. We can't wait to see you tomorrow.
Love you, Nick.
Oh my God, we're gonna have a great time. It's gonna be so busy with all the marathoners. It's gonna be so much fun.
I had the news on this morning, and they're like, "Don't bring your car into Boston this weekend." And I go,
Whoop.
"Okay,
Well, I
maybe
asked the
we
girls. It's
should.
funny.
Maybe we should take the train."
Okay, so let me read the well, I won't read it to you because I don't have their permission and I don't read text if I don't have permission. But let me just tell you, I text the girls Tuesday night and I was like, oh my word, you didn't tell me that you didn't tell your mom what we're doing. I almost blew it. And I said, and I also teased them because Ben and Bryce were on, which was so nice. My son and his friend came on in the comment section. And then I said to them, do you think we should take the train? Because I've never taken the train.
I have.
I don't think I've ever taken the train. And they're like, no, Auntie, it's really gross. And you're, we're going to be out too late to get it back.
Holy guacamole!
So it's dirty. Maddie said last time she
It's
took it.
not.
Nikki, one of them said it was dirty,
It's
and one of them, it probably was Maddie. She knows me. I probably would think it was disgusting, but I
Yeah.
thought it sounded fun. I was like, okay, hold on. My husband, every time he doesn't know I'm doing a live, so let's see.
Lynn, keep your purses close to you.
I love you, Lynn. That's so funny. Oh my God, don't worry, Aunt Lynn.
They
They
got
got
me?
me.
What
Oh
does
my
that
God,
mean?
that is such a Lynn comment.
Yeah.
Nikki's gonna protect us.
Oh, Nikki said it was dirty, and
Oh,
that's
Nikki
coming
said
from
it.
her.
Don't use the
Use the restroom
restroom.
on the train. Oh my
You
god.
know they have it. No, I'll drive in. We'll find
Okay.
parking.
Oh, it's not
So
the Acela? The Acela doesn't run on weekends?
Lynn is a
Um,
worrier. She's worried. We tried to get her to come, but she's busy. She has
yeah,
other,
she's got
yeah.
other. Yep.
I don't care. I don't care. We'll drive in. We'll find this, you know,
We always do. You have a Jeep. We'll park anywhere. We'll just go.
and here's the thing. They're saying don't drive in. They probably mean the people like coming
Run.
into a marathon. I mean, we're just popping in and out. It'll be fine.
I
Oh,
will remind you of this.
She'll call us
Okay.
afterwards. And
Okay.
Lynn telling us not to go to New York City. That is so
Oh,
funny.
well,
Okay.
we're not gonna get into that, what Lisa has done before on the Acela, because that
Lisa got on the Acela in New York. Now, I take the Acela all the time to New York. Lisa prefers to fly. I think that's crazy because the LaGuardia Airport and Boston Airport, like two airports where there's always disaster. So I said to Lisa, by the time you drive in and go through security and fly and get stuck at, just take the train, take the train. So once she took the train home
from New York City. I took
yeah,
it there fine.
took
Yeah.
it there fine. She went to take it to come home and went to Philadelphia. She got on the
Wrong
wrong
Acela train.
And I will tell you,
There's nothing. You're fine. Once they leave the station,
you're fucked.
and I'm sitting there, he goes, "Can I have your ticket?" I go, "Yeah." And when I get on the train, I said, "Is this the train number Acela?" "Yes." "Okay." Well, I didn't say Boston, and I went all the way to Philadelphia, had to wait 3 hours to then go back to Boston. It was horrific.
My
Horrific.
fault. My fault because I
Yeah.
told her,
Yeah.
Lynn is the protective sister. So I will say, although you did it with the new Madison Square, which is not Madison Square. Now, what is it called? It's not Penn Station. It's oh my God. Why can I not think of what they renamed it? So Penn Station is on the Madison Square side, and then they redid it, and it's escaping me because I can't remember anything. My brain is gone.
Yeah.
But they redid it, so it's literally right across the street. It's beautiful and gorgeous, and it is confusing, and it's a rat race. They put that train number up, and there's people are in lines, and it's insane.
And they don't put it up.
And they don't check.
No. And I kept checking.
Moynihan,
Where's
thank
Boston?
you.
Where's Boston? And then I asked the guy, "Where is Boston?" He goes, right down that escalator. I went right down. I'm like, what? I don't see anybody else getting on. Got on, went to put my bag away. I said, "This is the Excella 23." Yep. Okay. Sat down. And then they came by and said ticket, and they go, "You're going to Philly." I go, "No, I'm going to Boston." "No, you're going to Philly."
So now I'm so careful when I check. All right, so I'm going to share something that someone just sent to me, and I think it's really funny. And Lisa, I'm sure you didn't get a chance so Lisa's busy. She doesn't get to watch my shows, which
I
she's
don't.
missing out on a lot.
I don't.
And
I know.
she'll come up with ideas, and I'm like, yeah, I did that 2 days ago. She'll come to me with a news flash. I'm like, yeah,
Well, they're good. They're good ideas. It's
they're
just
good
you're
ideas.
ahead of me. Yeah.
I'm always ahead, and I'm like, yeah, we talked about that. So you don't know this, but I did a lot on the male dominance in the world, in the workplace. And yesterday we had a show about some of the women in the administration taking the fall for the men, and how women sometimes are always carrying the water for executives. Just I was really focused on women in the world, not only women in politics, women in corporate America. And then someone sent me this, so I'm going to share it. Wait a
Okay.
second, I should have teed it up. 2 seconds. I think it's like a 3-minute
Video.
a 3-minute video. So don't panic, everybody, when you see it.
Here it comes.
Once upon a time, there was a man named Damien.
Ruby, I've got a high priority project for you.
You cannot legally make me break up with one of your girlfriends again.
He was an arsehole.
Fortunately, this story is also about a woman named Alex.
We're meeting up later at the pub for happy hour.
Oh, wow. I think my happy hour days might be long behind me.
Oh, I wasn't inviting you.
Ooh.
The clients want to increase their female market share. Above all, women just want to feel heard, right?
I think they want to be heard.
Alex, I'm in the middle of an idea, but it's so good to have you in the room. I really appreciate it.
God, what a punchable face.
Hey.
Can you tell us what
You might
happened,
be
huh?
Lisa.
You on any medication? The pill?
The hell?
Look after that pretty face, all right?
What? Ruby, give me an ice pack.
Shall I pick up your dry cleaning as well?
She's a lady.
Damien, what are you doing in my office?
What are you talking about? This is my office, Damien. Please don't laugh at me. What is this?
Jesus.
Good Lord, he needs to knock one out.
This is not my house.
Now vote Beatrice the third.
I spelled my choice.
Fucking cat is this? She's a lady. Women are in charge here.
What? It's a smile.
Where the hell am I?
Hey, Damien.
That's my girl.
How do I get out of here?
You make a change.
But she always goes to place. She's got style, she's got grace. She's a lady.
Amongst these gems is the premier testicle bra. They'll make your little fellas fly.
Take me back! Shit. You stole my job.
You need to relax.
I'm just getting started.
You see the problem on that?
He wants to sit at the big girls' table.
The board had any balls, I'd be the CEO of my...
How many balls? The delicate sacs that dangle from your body with the slightest tap sends you weeping to the ground.
Yeah.
Can you change your tie?
No, I'm a man.
Father fucker.
Yeah. See that?
Isn't that funny?
Hysterical. Yeah.
I think so. That was let me see what they say. Someone said this was like a remake of Man First or something. Jen probably knows. Oh, Jen, your dad was from England. Look at that. Oh, I thought that was so funny. I laughed. I go, okay, we're going to see that. We're going to see. Look at Nikki. Did she used to read that? Nikki, I had a hard time at work yesterday in a call. A male coworker of mine introduced everyone on to a customer and missed me, and I was the only female on the call. Nikki, this happened to your father.
He did not miss you. It was intentional, and you have to say, "Oh, excuse me."
It's so
Nikki
hard.
Eggman, yeah, you have to have a voice, Nikki. I know it's hard at your age. I wish I could go back.
And she had her camera on. I know. Did you hear your mother tell the story that it happened to her? And I don't know which show it was. One show that we did. Isn't that awful? I'm so sorry, Nikki. Call them out. That's why I wish I had the confidence at Nikki's age that I have now.
I know, right?
Oh.
Right. And at the very least, go back to him now and say, hey, just wanted to let you know, I didn't appreciate being overlooked on the phone, on the call. It made me very uncomfortable. You need to call him out.
Yeah. Oh, you don't even have to say it in an aggressive way like your mother does, but
No,
you
I would
could.
do aggressive way.
I would just say, hey, I'm sure it was an oversight, but in today's climate, really just want you to be aware that you didn't include me yesterday. And going forward, I hope that I can be included.
Fuckhead.
Okay, tell me what BritBox is, because I love all things British.
Yeah.
Is it like a HBO? What is BritBox?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, exactly. It's a streaming.
I bet I should get that.
Yeah.
Every show that I happen to like there was a show about sisters. It just dates back to British.
It's a different
humor.
humor. Yeah, it's a different kind of humor.
I like it.
I like some of it. I don't like Monty Python. Oh, I hated that. So
I don't like Monty Python either.
yeah.
But
there are some very funny British.
okay, so yeah, there's like Monty Python is probably dark. Is it dark? No, it's not dark. It's just stupid, but people love it.
I hate it. I've never been a Monty Python fan.
Oh my God. Okay, so we are talking. We were going to finish our conversation on Melania, but then I said to Lisa, I'm really worked up about Coach Vrabel and Diane Rossini. Rossini, is that how you say her name? So we're going to go there.
Yeah.
Yes, Baker does have that dry, sarcastic sense of humor that you miss it sometimes. You have to, if you're like, oh, you're being sarcastic. Okay.
You know what's funny? So I have a very, very close friend of mine, Catherine Rooks. Oh, I shouldn't have said her name. Anyway, she's in the UK. She's in the UK. And our words, I get phrases from her, she goes, oh, that's a Scooby-Doo.
I love that.
And then one day I said to her, yeah, he was acting like a twat, and her face, and I said, that's the C word to them, whereas they say the C word all the time and it's nothing.
Oh my God.
And I'm not
I think twat's a gross word. Twat. I do think of the C word with twat.
You do?
I do.
Maybe
I'm a little British.
Yeah. Well, let me tell you, I won't say that again.
Oh my God. Okay, so we're going to talk, and if you don't know, I'm just going to show you the pictures. So our coach, the Patriots coach, Mike Vrabel. Is that a weird name to say?
Vrabel. Yeah.
Vrabel. And Diana Rossini were holding hands and hugging at a luxury hotel in Sedona. Lisa, I think RSA had a sales meeting at this hotel because
we did. I remember it. Yeah.
And there were sex toys in the you know how they have mini bars with
yes,
alcohol
toys in the mini bar.
I was like, how do you dispense those?
Exactly.
we were like, what is going on here? So anyways, side note. So,
I remember
where we staying?
Bizarre. Yes, a very, very high end.
It's very high. No kids. $1,200. I'm sure it wasn't that way back when we sales meetings, kickoff meetings used to be insane. Let's just say 25 years ago. They were crazy. So here he is. Now he's married 25 years to his wife. She has a husband of 5 or 6 years, but she doesn't speak very highly of him. Here they are canoodling. Oh, it's beautiful though. Look at Sedona. Isn't it beautiful?
So it is. It is. She got married in 2020. It was a small Zoom-based marriage because
of COVID.
And
they are in the hot tub.
His name is Kevin Goldschmidt, and he actually is a corporate executive for Shake Shack.
Oh, Shake Shack. There's Diane. There's Coach. Okay, so they've been caught.
2 boys. She has 2 small boys.
She has 2 small boys. He's got boys too, but they're older.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, look at Genuine. You got funny stories. Her Nana, grandma, used to say she had to spend a penny when she needed to go. You have to spend a penny because she's British.
Yeah.
I love it. I love
And
those
have
things.
Scooby-Doo. Oh, that's a Scooby-Doo. We're gonna use that again.
Scooby-Doo. I like that. Okay, so they get caught, and now I think so. Some of the speculation is that obviously these pitches are professional, and let me just go back and get one on there. Obviously, they were taken from far away because they're clean, and they're taken throughout the course of the weekend. So first, the speculation was that another NFL team did it, right? Because they want to cause. I don't think so, though. Who? And a couple reasons. When the person who shot these out in page 6 ended up paying for that, but they were only asking for 4 digits, which is unusual. So if you go to TMZ, you're going to get $50 to $100,000 for these pitches. They got 9,000 or less. They got 4 digits. I'm like that. So right there, they're like, that's not the NFL. I think it was her husband. Speculation is her husband suspected something and
Really?
hired a private investigator. Okay.
Okay.
So this happens. Their reaction right away was completely, you're taking this out of context. She happened to be there with her girlfriends. He's there with, I don't know, some for some reason
Some
with her
friends, yeah.
sports, some conference. So she's a reporter. She's an NFL reporter for the Athletica, and they do an investigation. They say, well, because this is inappropriate for a lot of reasons, but I'll spell it out. When you're talking about being a reporter, you just have to have integrity. You can't have any
Bias.
and
Yeah.
your public perception is important, and you have to be objective, right? And so it obviously was gonna the talk around town is she was getting insider scoop from this relationship, who's going to be drafted where, like she was getting it's obviously, I don't have to spell it out. There's integrity issues when you're boinking the coach, and there's integrity issues for him too, because you're a leader in a dynasty and you have to be held to a certain standard. She ends up quitting. They're investigating her within 24 hours, whatever the questions they needed to see. Now, if she was with her friends, where are the friends? Where's the receipts? Where's the pictures? You're telling me a pretty girl like her and her friends aren't taking pictures all the time? There's no pictures, there's nothing. So she ends up saying, you know what? I am outraged that you're even questioning my credibility. I quit.
Before the investigation
Before they could
came out with their findings, but her contract was up in June 2026. So her spin is, well, you know what? I'm pissed off that you're even suggesting this. So I'm just going to leave quietly because this is horrific what you're doing.
So I think I'm conflicted here. I think she would have been fired, obviously, anyways, because there is a conflict. And there's a couple of different angles to the story, but I'm focused on Coach Vrabel, and should he be terminated, or at least shouldn't he come out and say something? Like he hasn't even. At least if he came out and said, "Poor judgment," but I want to hold him accountable, because I feel like the women always end up losing their job, losing their credibility. We just did this with the CEO and the PO with the Coldplay concert. Just seems like the woman takes the hit.
You know what, though? I think it's different in this case in that you have to separate out their jobs and then their public facing stuff, their personal stuff, or as a leader. So from a job perspective, forget whether he's married or not, or her. From a job perspective, she has, it's all about credibility, and is she trustworthy, and can people believe what she's reporting? Because of the perception of her and Vrabel, that went out the window. So from his perspective, whoever he's having an affair with, it doesn't affect his coaching. So I'd say it's different, not from a leadership perspective. Certainly from a leadership perspective, he should be held to a different standard. But Cheryl, no one's held to these standards.
No one's held to these
Epstein.
But if he's also giving her information, then that's different, because that's like trading information. That's wrong, right?
That is wrong.
You're fine for that.
But that's more perception. The perception for him is it's wrong. The perception for her is she can't do her job.
How about the fact that he's going to lead a team of men and he has to be trustworthy and, you have to show up and you have to be accountable and you have to. So maybe it's not a firing offense, but I don't know how.
It's a leadership. I agree with you. But people will say, I don't care what he does in his personal life.
I know.
As long as he's bringing us a good team. I mean, we just have our priorities all messed up.
I know. So another journalist for USA tweeted when Diana resigned, she wrote a resignation letter and put it on social media. I guess it was Twitter, or I guess it was Twitter. Chrissy Freud, another reporter for USA, slammed her and said, we've all known that you've been doing this for a long time. Don't let the door hit you. You had to quit. So I want to show you that interview.
Really?
She ends up getting fired for those comments. I think it's crazy. She's just voicing her opinion. Yeah, so we're gonna look at that. Let's see what she has to say. Lisa, I almost just kicked you out by mistake. So sorry.
I'd come right back, honey.
All right. All right, hold on.
Like half of my life ago. And almost immediately said,
Diana Rossini?
yeah, I was. I was let go. I've released the email as to why I was let go. And it was 100%. Like, it is been.
You're doing well.
It's part of it. You can't be.
Hutton and Withrow here at Outkick.com. Chrissy Freud joins us, formerly of USA Today. Chrissy, hope you're doing well joining us. We thank you for the time. Were you fired because of comments you made or have an opinion about Diana Rossini?
Yeah, I was. I was let go. I've released the email as to why I was let go. And it was 100% because of things that I said about her. And I mean, I started covering the Tennessee Titans like half of my life ago. And almost immediately, I started hearing things about her. Like, it has been going on as long as the day is long. So the way that I kind of looked at what I said was not like, oh my goodness, I want to attack her. I finally have my moment to attack her. That's not what it was. It was like, oh my God, okay, good. So she's under investigation. She's resigned, and it looks like she's resigned because she was either going to be fired or she was going to resign. I think they gave her the decision that's very common in sports media and in sports in general. And so I felt like I finally had enough going on for me to just say something about her. And in my opinion, what I said about her was not even that specific. So it's truly shocking to me that I've come under this much fire. And I think that when it comes to stuff like this, people were standing in solidarity against her. But then after I said something, it's like, okay, awesome. Somebody's saying something that it's like, oh, wait, but now we're all in solidarity. And I think that's kind of the way that social media works now, is that we can't all be united for one cause.
Well, and we're in Nashville too. It's been kind of an open secret, sort of a joke about, anything coming from Diana Rossini about Mike Vrabel. This is not anything new.
It's like
right?
it was coming from the desk of Mike Vrabel.
It wasn't like a report-worthy type thing, but it was always kind of the running joke about Diana Rossini. What I've noticed with this is a lot of the response, Chrissy, has been, clearly she had a lot of friends in the media, right? And there are a lot of people protecting her, or not talking about it, or not wanting to get into it. And I see your response to it, which was very much, different, not that different after she resigned, but, you were pretty heated on Twitter and on Instagram about it. Is it personal with Diana Rossini for you, or is it more personal that you feel like Diana Rossini is putting a bad light on female reporters that cover sports everywhere?
Yeah, this is funny because I've had so many questions. I mean, you guys are one of very many people who have reached out to me, and I'm grateful to have the platform to talk about this the way that I believe it should be talked about. But her and I haven't really even interacted. I mean, the closest thing that her and I had to like really interacting is that I was up for a job that was close to something that she had. It was within the same network at the time. And someone was like, hey, like just keep, because I was really young. I rose really, really young as far as age goes. So I ran into this issue where a lot of people would put me in second place for jobs because I was like 20 or 21 or something at the time, but my career got started when I was like 15. So they were like, do you want her to be your mentor? Like, we can put her in touch with you, like all this other stuff. And I was just kind of like, oh, no. Because I knew what she was about and I knew what was going on. And I did not want to be associated with that. I mean, if you think what's happening to me right now is bad, can you imagine if I was going down with that ship right now? If I was highly associated with her right now, I think it'd be worse.
What did you make of what the USA Today put out in a statement, Chrissy? And do you have examples of others who share the same opinion you do with USA Today that have not been let go?
Yeah, I've gotten a lot of messages from people within the company that are still supporting me. I've gotten calls from people who claim that their significant others will run out of the company for unethical reasons. So I don't have anything specific to tell you, unfortunately, right now. I have to protect sources because since it seems to not be recognized anymore, I am actually a pretty solid journalist. So that. But yeah, I mean, there are a lot of people who have supported me throughout this. There are people from ESPN and all sorts of other outlets that are very prominent that have liked the posts I put up, and Twitter likes are not public anymore. I'm not going to reveal their names because I'm sure that if they wanted their names revealed, that they would have already put it out there. But my biggest thing with all of this is the Nancy Armour thing. I have a lot of respect for Nancy Armour. But how is it that within the same network, she can put out this piece about how Diana Rossini puts all of our credibility at risk for women for what she did. But I make one small comment, like 4 sentences, that's very vague. And my independent contractor agreement is now terminated. What? Like, I would love
that headline alone, by the way, that we just showed. Diana Rossini put credibility of all women in sports at risk is pretty damning. From USA Today,
and Nancy
right?
didn't even write it. I mean, she would have written that headline. Someone else would have written the headline.
Yeah, someone else
with her piece that she would have written, right?
Yeah, it would have been my headline.
Yeah. But I'm saying, like, someone else within the company once again wrote that, I would presume.
Yes.
Meaning there's at least another person with that opinion or that paired it with hers.
Yeah. I mean, it would have, like I said, it would have had to be somebody in the company itself that proved that. I mean, there are groups of people that agree to run certain stories. And I mean, yesterday was the day that this really all started going viral, not on social media. It slowed down on social media, but in the media in general, like article wise. And I was like, all right, so either they're going to be like, oh, any and all publicity is good publicity, or they're going to be like, we have to get the hell away from this. And they chose the latter. And I believe that that's pretty cowardly. But
do you feel like in some way you violated some sort of unwritten rule of a girls' club in sports media? Because, and follow me on this, I see this all the time across social media. Women supporting women, even when that woman in sports journalism maybe shouldn't be fully supported in that moment, or just silence on that. And I feel like there is this, at least publicly, hey, let's stick together on this. And because you spoke your opinion on it and the truth about the situation, it's like people immediately turn to, oh, well, now she's bad for saying this, what everybody else was thinking.
Yeah, it kind of shifted. At first, it was all like, oh, good for you, Chrissy. Thanks for saying this. And all of a sudden, people found a reason to, I guess, attack me. I will say that whenever you're prominent in sports media, like I still am, and like I was whenever I held that job, you're going to have fake friends. You're going to have people that don't like you. And I think that there were some of my fake friends that saw, and I won't name them because I don't want to give them any more attention than they already are trying to get right now, but I know who they are. I know who they are. I know the likely people who are trying to submit all this information. But as far as violating a rule, no, I don't think that I did, but I think that there are people that are like, oh my goodness, Chrissy's under fire. Do we like her that much? Do we not like her that much? And not only do we not like her that much, but do we like her enough to not want to try to ride her coattails of going viral? And I think that's where this started. And my biggest thing is, have we forgotten that I made myself very vulnerable? I opened up an entire thread for questioning about myself. Like I said, and I still stick beside, I have never slept with an athlete or a coach for a professional game.
She did. She put this
Do
on
I think
Twitter.
that am I saying that that's something I do all the time? No. But if Diana Rossini slept with Mike Vrabel and they were both not married and she wasn't getting scoops off of him and that wasn't the reason why she was doing it, I'm not really mad about that. I'm not going to say anything about it. I mean, it's like, I hate to make this example, but if I work at Walmart and I'm like doing overtime every single week, I'm probably going to end up marrying one of my coworkers at Walmart or dating them. That's fine. If you're not using it for professional gain and other women are being passed up for jobs because they're not doing what you're doing, which is unethical, I mean, that is where the line is. And I put myself out there. I don't think people realize how uncomfortable it was for me to put myself out there in general, because I knew things like JT Daniels and I's relationship was going to come up. I've already spoken out about that in the past. I have nothing to hide.
Do you think Rossini's done this with other coaches, or could she be in love with Mike Vrabel?
I know she's done it with other coaches and players.
Because I asked that because I don't know the incentive or motive if it's just one coach. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's not just one.
So USA Today, did they call you?
Or was this just an email?
Yeah.
I'm gonna pause it. Hold on.
It was one email and then 2 calls. And so they sent that email to me. I've released it publicly.
Mm-hmm.
And then they called me and...
Isn't that funny? I couldn't pause it. Hi, Zach. We are talking about the relationship between Coach Vrabel, which I can't say, and the reporter in the Athletica. So her point, she goes on to say, but I don't like that. I can't pause it, so I'm going to remove it. She goes on to say that, and I saw this in an article that I read, she's mad because she feels like now women won't come out and be honest because, you know, she was just speaking the truth. She knows that she has done this with other coaches. So there's this big undercurrent of frustration for a lot of the reporters because she's getting all the news. She's sleeping around and getting all the information. So she just put it out there thinking, let's be brave and let's do this and be honest and put the facts out there. And she got fired. And she's like, that's the worst thing that could have happened.
Yeah, I think that I'll have to investigate more, but what I've just seen, the way she went after Diana Rossini, very personally attacked her.
Yeah.
Whereas the other one that said it was more of a broader statement, you know, Diane, look at what Diane has done for women in sports.
Yeah, she said there was a fight in the Chili's parking lot with another reporter and Diana. I'm like, oh my gosh. So yeah, you're right. She made it more personal.
She made it very personal. And you know what? She doesn't have facts of, has she seen Diana sleeping with other men?
That's true.
So you know what? Cheryl, you of all people know how people can take things out of context and use them against you and their lies, their factual lies. And so look.
It's so funny you say that because if we were having this conversation 6 months ago, I'd be a lot more righteous. But I do know that, like, oh shit, where's the friggin' truth?
Exactly.
Like, really?
Where is the truth? Like clearly she was with Vrabel alone. At least those pictures indicate that. And so I can understand her, what is it? The Athletica?
The Athletic fired her. Yeah.
Yeah. I can understand an investigation. I completely, that's her job.
She quit.
But that's her job.
Right.
And so they have to do an investigation because now she's put them at risk of their standing by truthfulness and factual.
Yeah, and I guess Chrissy was just speculating and shooting off her mouth.
And saying, now, there probably is some truth if it's been around for years, but she just comes across extremely angry at Diana, which may be, and from a professional standpoint, I don't think you can do that.
Yeah, Jess agrees with you. She should have the receipts to say that stuff, but should she be fired for it? So what line did Chrissy cross? I find all this so fascinating because there's the public opinion, right? Now I don't like Coach Vrabel. I just don't. I think he's a scumbag, but maybe he shouldn't lose his job because he didn't cross any boundaries with his
role. Yeah.
Just not
right.
the type of person you want maybe in a leadership role. So what did Chrissy do to get her contract terminated? Out of everyone in this situation, she's the only one that actually got fired.
I know. And I think that, again, because
Contact unbecoming, maybe.
and
Like,
yeah, that's not how we treat the professionals in our community. It's like you going after someone at a competitor that's at your level. Think
yeah,
about that.
yeah,
And you don't go after them to say that's not factual. You go directly at them on speculation.
yeah.
And it is speculation. Oh, this has been around for
And if
years.
you're a reporter, and it
I
might
know.
maybe has been around, but like Side Eye says, you got to show the receipts. Hey, I have a picture. She did this with this.
Exactly.
And even
Document
guys
it.
were saying, we know in Texas or where are they, Tennessee, but it's
I
speculation.
know. I know. It is
Lessons
speculation.
learned.
Yeah.
Lessons learned. Here's the other thing, and this has come up a couple of times in other situations, but it's clear here. Your social media activity reflects you. So be careful. Your work can use that. And you may say, well, that's my personal life. No, you sign, like, I'll give you an example, and I won't say what company I was at. It wasn't at the company I'm at now. We used to always do trips to Vegas. Our sales kickoff meetings were in Vegas. And let me tell you, as a manager of 50 people, HR hates trips to Vegas. There are so
As
many
they should. As they should.
There are
Hey,
so many issues. People who are recovering alcoholics falling off the wagon, drug addictions. They used to have to write in the policy, you cannot, even though it's after hours at midnight, you're there on behalf of the company. You have to act
you're
accordingly.
the face
So,
of our company.
yeah. So when you're arrested or you're with strippers on, TikTok or whatever, those were fireable offenses. And you had to like tell people these policies because they're like, well, it was midnight. I'm on my own time. No, you're there representing the company. And
Yeah.
same thing with social media. You
Yeah.
represent the company, even if it's not on company time.
And guess what? As a hiring manager, I used to be a hiring manager. I would look at Facebook before I hired somebody if I could see any, because it's a risk you're taking hiring somebody, and you want to get as much insight and limit that risk as possible. And
Tell your graduating students, your kids, your graduating kids, to clean up their social media. 100% HR and the hiring managers are scouring their social media to see the company that they keep, how they present themselves. You think that people would know that? They don't.
No, they don't. And I even had these conversations with my kids. Snapchat, it's gone, Mom. It's never gone. It's never gone. It's never gone.
Side Eye Jess has a really good point. They work for different companies that probably have different thresholds. So yeah, because one's the USA Today, but you know what? They'll both get jobs. She'll get picked up because people will. This is also, there's no bad press. All press is good press. I know. Hey, Amy, look at who joined.
Except for the families. I just feel so bad for the kids. I mean,
I know it's always
it's the kids. You know what? Even more so than the spouse. To me, it's the kids that.
Mrs. Brable, we got your back. Leave them. Leave them. That's
Kick his ass
embarrassing.
to the sidewalk and get
Run.
the up out.
Run. Don't walk. Run.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's too bad that I don't know. It's too bad that we live in a world where this type of stuff happens.
Well,
But
can I make another comment? It's just, I'm just going to put it out there. If the roles were reversed and this was men, would anybody have been fired? So because these talk
if he was the reporter,
if he was the reporter and another reporter said something bad about him, that happens every day.
right.
Every day. That happens on the radio. These talk show hosts are constantly, and so I just think there's a double standard. I do.
Yeah.
I do wish women would stick up for women. So but on the other hand, if she has done this behavior and is a bad apple for that entire journalistic community, then she should be called out.
Honestly, when I read Chrissy in the article, I was on Team Chrissy. I'm like, good for you. Call that behavior out. You're representing the women that are home while this is happening. You know what's going on behind the scenes. But then listening to her on the interview, isn't that funny how sometimes hearing someone is different than what you're reading?
She's very angry not at USA Today. She's very angry at Diana.
Yeah.
And maybe rightfully so, but then back it up. Like Side-Eye just said, the receipts, show us. Or just show us. You know what? Here she was spotted with Coach Tennessee. And the next week, she had all this insight on the new draft picks for Tennessee. You know what I mean? Connect the dots. Social media, again, Cheryl, you know this all too well. You can say anything about anyone and present it as truth.
Right. And it's truth. Then no one validates it because people don't think for themselves anymore.
Exactly.
Nikki says she agrees, but sometimes you put a target on your back as a woman.
Yeah.
Yep. Side-Eye Jess says she should have waited to get fired. She may not have, and I'm sure the chick got fired because she went on. Yeah, social. So I think they went to her and said, show us your phone or show us the receipts of your own hotel room and his receipts. Like, show us. And he couldn't show anything. That's what the speculation is. And she was like, okay, I
think they said, here's our findings of the investigation. Either show us, to your point, Cheryl, either repute this or we're going to terminate you. And she said, I'll do it myself.
And I was mad at that because I'm like, well, what about the coach? Where's his?
Yeah, but it's different. He didn't do anything wrong to impact the Patriots organization. He's the head coach, and she has her credibility. That's her credibility, is her journalistic, unbiased view, and she violated that. So I get the difference there. Look, they're both pieces of crap for parading around when they should have been home with their families.
The kind Oracle says she taught her daughter not to put anything out on social media that she wouldn't want her mama to stumble upon. That's awesome.
Amen. Amen.
I get them to listen. I don't have daughters, but I would still hassle my nieces, like, take that down. Just know you're in. Oh, yeah. And okay, here's a whole other conversation. I don't like it when people I work with are try to friend request me on any of the social media platforms. But I don't know. What do you feel like with that?
I'm very careful.
Nikki says, look away.
I am very careful on who. I do have a handful of.
At this
point, they're friends. They're not coworkers.
Yeah, anyone that's on my Facebook is a friend. Yeah. I try to. I made that mistake.
It out. Yeah.
There's more money tied to the coach. That's true for a ton of people. 100%. Yeah.
True.
Yeah, 100%. Well, thank you,
Hey,
John.
Grable could be in the Epstein files. We don't know.
So this is what I'm going to do next week. So we've got the J-mail, right? And I'll be honest with you, I had that on. I had the MIT. We listened to them, how they came up with J-mail. And I've only gone in a couple of times because I'm really petrified of what I'm finding in there.
Yeah.
So we're going to do that. We're going to go in and we're going to do some word searches and read the emails. I don't know them. Why does that give me the icks? We'll do it like a word search. I'll say, okay, everyone, throw out a word or a name or whatever, and we'll
a name. That's what we should do.
And we'll
we should write an agent that says, search this data source and show us any, and we should take all the CEOs of the top Fortune 100 companies.
But know that sometimes, I mean, he was a money guy, so they're not all guilty.
No,
but I'd be interested to read the communications between them.
Yeah, I agree.
My God. Yeah, everybody, I was going to say, go to the Kind Oracle in the morning. She does card readings, and she has such, John let the dog out, and here comes someone in a white van. I'm not responsible, though, because John's home, and he let him out, but he's barking. She does card readings, and she's got the most soothing voice, so you're having your coffee. So if you ever ever see, go subscribe to the Kind Oracle Lala. It's great. Great, great, great.
Yeah.
Well, thank you, Sister Lisa. So we should talk. Nikki, you want to talk now or do you want to talk later? You could call your mom and she'll call me and we can figure out our plans for tomorrow. Monday, I think I'm having Farah on. You know Farah, right?
I do know Farah.
You know a lot of the Gotham.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Ira.
Oh, Ira. Are they security, right? Yeah. I didn't know if, like, Farah.
Ken Phelan, you know? Yes. Yeah, all those folks. They had a very successful cyber security partner practice.
Yeah. So Farah's coming on Monday. So that'll be fun.
Yay.
We'll talk about her journey in the world of cyber. So if anyone has any aspirations of getting into cybersecurity or into tech sales, have them send them to the channel so we can teach them what we're doing.
Yeah.
Yay.
Cool. Yay.
All right. I will talk to you guys later. Thanks, Lisa. Call Nikki, she said. So
okay, I will.
All
okay.
right.
Thanks. Bye.